I am Norma and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be talking or narrating my A to Z of how I'm here in Canada, how I found out about the school I'm in, the study permit application process, the traveling and everything like that. I'm going to explain it, but if it's in one video it might be very long, so this might be a part video. This might be part 1, part 2, I'm not too sure yet, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, firstly I want to start with the school I'm in right now is Brandon University. It's in Brandon in Manitoba, a province in Canada. And how I found out about the school, I was actually searching for schools online, and different schools in Canada. And then one of my friends, she's actually here, she's also in Brandon University. Her dad told my mom about like how she found the school and the place is okay. She was already traveling at the time, I think, or was she already here, I'm not too sure. Her dad told my mom about it and everything, and it was like, okay, since we know someone that's there and she has gone through the process and everything, we know that the personal something, not something from a different view, something that we just heard about, we know her and everything, let's also try and apply to the school too. I also applied to University of Regina. I applied to University of Regina first before this one because I have an aunt in Regina, Saskatchewan. Yeah, and I got the admission, but I also applied here and also got the admission. I applied. Let me tell you what the requirements for the application was. WAEC, my WAEC results, and I think my WAEC ID, or was it WAEC number? There's one thing that they gave us for WAEC, but I know it was mainly WAEC, my WAEC result. They didn't ask, Brandon Investment asked for my IELTS, not asked for SAT, TOEFL, all these other things, just asked for WAEC. And I think my birth certificate, all those things like passport, all those other things, but for academics it was just WAEC that they asked for. After I think 2 weeks of applying, I got a letter in my mail that I've been admitted and If you want to apply to schools, most times you have to apply early, because if you want to apply for September, the application time, the time to apply for September is usually around the previous year, or maybe January, February. So just if you want to apply to a school, look at when the application deadline is, because that's very important. You might think, oh, you apply June and get admission in September. Not for these schools abroad. You have to look very, very early. Even if you're in SS3, start looking like this term. Start looking, because some schools, they will not accept you next year or whatever they used to do. So yeah, advice for you, like that's very important advice. Take the advice, hold it like this. So yeah, that's what happened, and I got the admission. I was happy. Next, study permits. My dad helped me with my study permit application. It was what the things they asked for were admission letter. Of course, they asked for admission letter, asked for your passport, asked for a birth certificate. You have to do medicals. I did upfront medicals, so you can do upfront medicals too. I don't think you have to wait. If you wait till they give you, you have to do medicals, so just do medicals. It's not like if you do it before they will punish you. It's even very good, because if you wait till they tell you to do medicals, you're just wasting time. That's excess waste of time. Just do it fast, like upfront, so that you be done with that. Medicals doesn't expire till after a year of doing it, so you're good. They didn't ask Canada, whatever, did not ask for IELTS, but I still did my IELTS, because they will tell you it's not necessary, but most times people that did their IELTS have higher chances of getting an approval than people that did not do IELTS. So I would advise you to write IELTS. If you don't want to write it, that's fine. But I think it's better than getting rejection or just them wasting unnecessary time, because time is very important. An explanation letter too. Write your explanation letter. You might think that's not necessary, but I think most times you have to put your explanation letter and put the school you're in, the school you've been admitted to, the reason why you want to go to school in Canada. Why don't you want to school in your country? That can be, you say, okay, because like you've seen that the educational system is faster, there's no strike, it's more maybe practical, something. You just see the reason why, because to them it might be like, why don't you just want to school in your country? They do that same course, you can study that same course in your country. Why do you want to come to Canada? Try to explain that to them. And also, if you're going to leave, they don't want people to stay in Canada illegally, so explain to them that you're going to leave. Maybe you can say maybe a business that your dad has, or family ties that will hold you back, so that you have a reason for going back to your country. It's not that you want to stay in Canada illegally and do some illegal business or something like that. Just tell them that yes, you're going to go back, and try to explain. When you're writing the letter, don't look at it as just a letter. Look at it as you explaining and convincing someone that you actually really want to go to study, not to do anything. Just the main reason you want to go to Canada and study, because that's why it's a study permit, and allowing you to study. So explain those things. And also proof of funds. Proof of funds is very necessary, very, very necessary. Most times I would just advise that if they say the minimum proof of funds you should show is 20k, if you can show $50,000 of proof of funds, show as much proof of funds as you can show, because they want to know that you have a means of sustaining yourself abroad. Even though you want to go and work and make all the things in your first year, working for maybe the first few months, if you think, oh, you just work and be able to pay for it, I would advise you that the first few months, just focus first on, if you're studying, focus first on your studies, because getting rent, and if you want to have a house, or if you want to rent a place, you must have work, right? So and getting work might not be that easy. It may or may not, it just depending. I won't say, oh, it's very easy, or oh, it's very hard. I'll just say it depends. But just make sure you actually do have a means of income, or a means of sustenance when it comes to like financial stuff. I advise you, don't put your hope in an imaginary basket. Yeah, so show your proof of funds enough. Just show everything you can. Give excess. It's better to give excess information than little information and be thinking, oh, a miracle will happen. Give as much information as you can. Everything. I'll put like everything right here. A picture of everything that is very necessary for you to submit in your study permit application. So look at that, screenshot this video or screenshot this part of the video and keep it. If you have any questions about your study permit, leave it down in the comments, and then if I can answer it, or if it's getting maybe too much or it needs a more detailed explanation, I'll make a video dedicated specifically to it. So if you have your questions, write it down so that I can see if I need to make another separate video that focuses mainly on study permit applications. Yeah, and my study permit application took 3 months to be processed. Some people it might take a month, some people might take 2 months, some people might take 6 months. It depends. I think it also depends on the amount of information you put. If you put enough information, it will be processed faster. Sometimes it may just be due to backlog. It may not actually be your fault. Sometimes they don't really understand what, like, the correlation in the things that you put. So just try to make it as understandable as possible. Put yourself in the position of the immigration officer. Put yourself in that position and see, will I actually accept this person? Will I understand this application and accept this person into this country? Just do it like that, and I'm sure 90% of your problems would be solved. Yeah. So next, the traveling. For traveling, I carried 2 boxes and I put many clothes and food in one box, clothes in the other box. I carried my attachments, I carried my makeup. Let me tell you, important, yes, carry your attachment, because attachment is around $10 to $15 in Canadian dollars for one, and in Nigeria I think it's 1,800 for one, I think. So it's like, carry as much attachment as you can if you want to be doing your hair, because hair is expensive here. Even making the hair, this hair is expensive. This all back expensive for what? This cost $85. So know what to do with your hair. Clothes, you can carry clothes, but I'll advise you to just carry very few clothes. You come here and buy clothes as well, because if you're carrying so much clothes, you're adding excess weight to your luggage. If you have too much weight, you have to pay excess, and I think for me it was 28 kg per bag, or was it 22 kg for each bag. If it's more than that, you have to pay, I think, $180 extra. Even if it's just 1 kg extra and you want to carry it, you have to pay $180 extra. So I don't know who wants to pay that kind of amount for something you can get there, you can buy there. The things I'll tell you should carry are the things you might not really find here, like your attachment and your food and your cream. Carry your good cream, because some of their creams here are so light. I don't think they rub lotion like that here. So it's like their cream is not for African body. So carry your African cream and your African soap. All your things, carry them. What else? Your food though, the most important is your gari and your spice, your no spice and your pepper spice, because this their pepper here is not peppering, it's not hot. I don't understand this pepper. You can lick the pepper. I don't understand. And your crayfish, those are the main things I use. The remaining, they don't have beans here, but you can't even carry beans. Like, they have beans, but it's not Nigerian beans. It's one kind of beans I don't understand. You can't carry beans because it's illegal, and I don't think you can carry oil, like liquid oil. There are African stores here, but it's just so expensive. If you want to buy it, you buy it, but it's expensive. I'll just tell you that. You can get most things, but it's expensive. If you use rub, I don't use rub. If you use rub, carry rub. You can bring some medicine, but make sure it's prescribed. I haven't even gone to the hospital since I came, honestly. I have a student health plan, but I haven't gone to the hospital. If I just feel a cold or something, I take my medicine that I brought from home, from Nigeria, because you might need it, especially if you're coming in this like fall, winter time. You will need it, because the cold here is something else. A few days ago, early in the morning, was -7 degrees, and we're not even in winter yet. We're still in fall, which is not meant to be that cold. It's meant to be a little cold, but not that cold, and it's -7. Why? I don't know. Just carry your stuff. Bring your things here. All these heavy winter jackets, you can bring winter jackets if you're coming in the December time, because you might actually need it. But most of the winter jackets, you just have to buy it here in Canada, because you know those jackets just take so much space. I didn't really buy them because I came in summer. I didn't buy jackets. The things you can bring are your hoodies and your sweat. Honestly, the Nigerian hoodies are not the same as Canadian hoodies. Canadian hoodies can actually protect you from the cold a little. These are Nigerian hoodies that I used to wear in Nigeria, and I'll be sweating. In Abuja, I'll be sweating with my black. I don't used to wear hoodie like that, because whenever I wear it, I'm always sweating. I'm wearing it here and it's like I'm wearing singlet. Like, nothing is, I don't understand. I'm still feeling cold, but their hoodies are good. I can actually feel a bit of warmth, so I'll bring it too. But most of them, you still have to buy it here, because they understand their weather and they make their stuff for their weather. Shoes, you can bring your shoes. When I brought my shoes, I don't think I packed it well, so some of my shoes were peeling. But most of these things, I'll tell you, you can buy here. It will be expensive, but at least the quality might be good. just bring the few things you know you would need, like really need on a daily basis. Don't bring your whole closet here because you might not need it. And if you also want a detailed video of everything I've packed and everything I believe you might need, you can leave it a comment in the comment section and I'll see what I can do about that. Next was the traveling. Of course, I said you can't carry liquid and you can't really carry beans because like seeds, they don't want you to grow your stuff in their place because they think that it might be, your stuff might have insects and infect their crops or whatever they're saying. That's their business. You can't carry liquid and you can't carry seeds, you can't carry your beans, you can't carry your anything like that, your granules, all those things. No, you can't. So I used for my plane flight, I had 3 locations. I flew from Abuja to Frankfurt in Germany, then from Germany to what they call that place, Montreal in Quebec, and from Montreal to Winnipeg in Manitoba, and then from Winnipeg I drove to Brandon. So that's how the flight was. Be very, what I advise you when you're flying, just ask a lot of questions, because I feel I came here on my own. Ask a lot of questions and be alert, because if you miss your flights sorry for you. Be alert, make sure you're in your gate, you're sitting out there, you're watching. If you want to sleep, I would advise you to just sleep on the plane. Don't sleep, I mean, not sleep in the airport, at least sleep on the plane, because you know that when the plane is landing, you obviously wake up because I don't know, and or if you don't wake up, somebody will wake you up. So just sleep on the plane, sleep on, like when you're already like transiting, when you have to go to your station, don't sleep or be alert. I'll advise you. When I came here, I stayed with my friend, the friend I told you about that. She came to Brandon too. And then in church, I went to church the first Sunday and I got work at a camp, at the children's day camp, and it was paid work. That was, I didn't even look for that work, that was just God that helped me with that. Then I went to another camp too. This one, it wasn't really paid, it was just it was a camp too for like teaching children about the gospel, and for native children. Some of these children had never really heard about the gospel or the Bible, and what they are going through in their families is like all these things you see in the movies. You don't know that it happens in real life, sometimes even worse. So that was actually a very good experience, something I'm really grateful for that I was opportuned to be a part of. And then after that I stayed for like after that I was applying to jobs, because that was a summer job and it wasn't going to last for long, only for the summer. So I was applying for jobs online, and then I got this job I'm working at. This job I have currently, it's working at Sobeys. Sobeys is like a grocery store. Yeah, and my pay is really good. I really like it. I just, the only thing is in Canada, I don't know if they have said they don't like workers sitting down. You don't sit down, just stand. But I mean, it's nice. I like actually like talking to some of the customers when you're scanning their stuff and conversing with them. It's very nice, you know, you get to meet different kinds of people. I'm sure after some time I would have met the whole Brandon in that Sobeys. It's really good. I really do enjoy it. And I go to school and I have like my very good friends, and we read, we go out, hang out. Life has been good. So if you want to come to this school, you can come. So that's what the main thing I wanted to talk about on this video. I hope this has helped a few people, even if it's like, maybe if it's not everyone that watched this video, just some people to really know how someone else's journey was, so that they can have inspiration, or you know, have an idea of what to do next. That's be all for now. Make sure to like this video, leave your comments down in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, just click that red button, click the bell icon, and click all when you're finished clicking the bell icon, so you get notifications of when I post next. I'll talk to you in the next one. Have a good rest of your week. Like, the year is almost over. We're in October of 2022. Wow.